Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again. Quick test. Hope you like. Let's get into it. Right now we have 12 volts, a driver, a flyback high voltage or high voltage transformer. And the first test is this. We're going to see if we can use the ground as a closed loop circuit. You ready? Give it a test. All right. So our first test is we don't have this back part right here. This is the ground, this red wire. And that is just dangling. All right, we'll just sit that right here. Okay, and we're going to come off the hot side, the high voltage side. And the high voltage side is connected to this top plate. Okay? And no capacitor or nothing. Just straight up. We're going to go ahead and touch this to the ground off the hot side and see if we get a spark or something. So let's connect to 12 volts. All right. Let's turn it off. There was a little blue arcing coming off it to the ground, but very little. And now we're going to take the ground part of that and we are going to connect it to a ground wire I got behind the table. It sits like that 2x4 straight down in the ground. So I think a 14-inch grounding rod. Let's see if there's any difference now. So basically, if this works where it's more, big time more, then that means the back end of that flyback is connected to ground, and anywhere I touch in this ground would be a closed loop circuit. Oh yeah. Let's put it by the oil. The oil. Bismuth. That's bismuth right there. This is a piezo crystal. This is a crystal I found in the ground in my neighborhood. Piece of copper. That's pretty interesting. All right. All right, so pretty interesting finds, right? Cool beans. Now let's go ahead and add some capacitance. We got these two 21 kV, 1.5 nanofarads a piece. So that means we have 3 nanofarads here. Let's do the connections. All right, so that is going to be, that's going to be one side of the capacitors is going to this. And the other side of the capacitors is going to that plate. And we're coming in the hot to that plate. This now becomes back to the probe. It's going to be the probe. And the negative, need to tie the plate to the ground. So let's try this again. So this negative goes to this plate, which is going to power up the other side. So we're going to leave the ground off right now. So the ground is not going to be in play here. Let me get this. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I got to touching this high voltage. I need some rubber. All right, sorry about that, with the rubber on the end. All right, so I think we're ready. And I'm gonna just stick that right there so I can put it on. That's on. We don't hear anything. Everything seems to be copacetic. Got those hanging so they're not touching anything. So let's grab this and let's touch the ground. Now remember, look at that. We're not, the other end of this is not touching ground. So with the capacitance, it doesn't even spark or anything. Now without the capacitance, it did spark. Now let's go over here and see what we get. So there's the closed loop when you touch that negative. Now that negative is not connected to ground, but will not do anything to the ground. Let's, all right, disconnect that. And remember one thing, that we gotta discharge this plate system here. I'll connect that together and that'll ground it out good. So we got to connect this one more wire to the earth ground. And we're going to connect that to the plate. All right, now we'll disconnect the top. So basically, now we got capacitance in here. And I want you to leave your comments. So without the capacitance, when I first didn't tie ground because of the high voltage coming out of that high voltage transformer, the flyback, it escaped to ground. And you can see it had a little blue arc. It wasn't strong, but it was still seeking ground, a difference in potential. And that's really what we're talking about here, is a difference in potential. Ground net zero and negative net zero, and the high voltage is on the positive side. But Ed says in his writings of magnetic current, he says everybody's too focused on the positive, and it's the negative that they're not paying attention to. They're missing half. So what did he really mean by that? Let's dig in deeper. So you seen there was a little blue flame or spark coming out with the loop open loop circuit. Okay, it was open with no loop, just open circuit. And then we connected to the ground. Now you can see that the ground everywhere here you touch is the other plate. I find this to be fascinating. Fascinating. I got to dig in deeper into this. Leave your comments. So we're all set up here. Now we're going to go ahead and connect my little thing. You got to get it going. That's the fan. All right, so we should be rocking right now. Let me. All right, so let's bring this towards the ground and see if we have a closed loop circuit here. Oh yeah, she's screaming. Bluer because of the capacitance. It's pushing the oil down. We're pulling up actually. That's gold. That's bismuth. Piezo crystal. Crystal. Copper wire. Lighting up everywhere in that wire. Here's the ground, baby. Bismuth. It's a great conductor. That bulb's lighting up like full light. All right, guys. Hopefully I sparked up your imagination. Peace out.